Hey guys, it's Wert, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing part 4 of my ranking of every Smash Ultimate character from my least favorite to my favorite. I'm having a lot of fun doing this series. We're almost at the end goal. I decided to do 5 parts in total. This is going to be numbers, I think 29 through 16 or something like that, so having a lot of fun doing this, loving all the support. If you have not seen parts 1, 2, or 3, make sure to check the description out first, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. At number 29, we have the absolute beast, Ganondorf, and I can't tell you how happy I am that Ganondorf is finally a character in Smash. Now, I know what you're saying, he hasn't even been in the game since Melee. Yes, but he's always been such a complete joke up until now. He's like the hardest hitting character, but he's always been so bad that he's not even worth playing at all. However, now in Ultimate, he's finally a hard-hitting character like he's always been, but actually worth playing at some degree. He's somewhat fun, and also the giant sword makes him somewhat viable. He's a little bit faster. They've done a lot of nice little tweaks to Ganondorf to actually make him a real character. I'm saying like he didn't exist. He basically didn't exist in the past games. So seeing him actually have a presence in this game, you know, it's Ganondorf. You've always thought this character should have such an evil, brooding presence in Smash, and he finally seems like he does. I wish they'd kind of reworked his moveset a little bit more. Sure, why not, you know, throw some magic and stuff like that in there, but Ganondorf still, to me, feels really fun in Smash Ultimate, so I really like how they handled his character. They finally gave him a stinking sword, so nice job overall on this character, and I'm glad he is, you know, somewhat playable. I say somewhat, but he's finally playable in Smash Bros. Next up, we have Shulk. Now, I know a lot of people in the competitive scene really hate Shulk to a big degree because, you know, they think he kills way too early with Smash mode, and they think he avoids death too much with Shield mode. I understand those things, but I also think there's a really nice skill curve or learning curve to figuring out Shulk and getting really good at the Monado arts. I don't think you can just pick up Shulk and be good at him right off the bat. I think there's a really deep kind of stuff you can figure out with this character. I've thought this ever since he was introduced back in Smash 4, and I thought people really need to figure out the potential of this character, and finally I think people have. I think people are finally getting good at Shulk. I say finally, but truly, I think that people are finally starting to figure out the power of this character, and there's a lot. I think this character is very good. I think he's pretty much underrated for a lot of people, and yeah, I think Shulk is very good. I always like Shulk as a character, and I'm glad he's definitely represented well in Smash. I do wish there were a little bit more Xenoblade reps, because I think Xenoblade is a pretty big, prominent Nintendo franchise now, but I am glad that we have Shulk in the game. I think he represents himself well. I do wish there was more to his moveset besides the Monado arts, but that's not just swinging a giant sword. I wish he had some other little abilities that made him somewhat more unique, but still I think the Monados are enough to kind of make it a somewhat interesting and deep character. Next up, we have Lucas. Now, I know a lot of people out there hate the Earthbound characters. They think Lucas and Ness just spam PK Fire and do dumb things like PK Freeze or whatever, and they're just so toxic and annoying. I get those, but I honestly think there is, you know, I've said this for like the past 3 characters or whatever, that there actually is a learning curve to actually getting really good at these characters. There's also a lot of fun to playing these guys. I'm going to be honest, they feel super fluid and fun to play. I think they did a great job of translating Lucas's moveset over to Ultimate from the past games, and I think this is the most fun version of the character by far, and I think that he feels really smooth and natural in the Smash Ultimate. Is there some stuff that annoys me about their gameplay? Of course. PK Fire, I think that his up smash having super armor is dumb. Of course, it's really punishable. A lot of little things like that I'm just kind of like, I don't know about this guy. But overall, I still admire that he's a fun and somewhat valid character in this game, so I still think there is a lot of overlooked merit to the Earthbound characters. Now, I've already been kind of talking about it, but yeah, Ness is one spot higher, and I definitely think that Ness has a little bit more potential in his abilities and moveset than Lucas. I don't know why, I can't really tell you specifically, but I think most people would agree with me that Ness just feels better and stronger and has more potential of a character. And like I said, yeah, I think he feels a little bit better and more smooth. I think they did a great job of making Ness feel very stand out in this game, which is pretty surprising. You know, Ness has been a character since Smash 64, so having him actually be prominent in this game still is pretty impressive to me. I think that he has a really nice little core fan, I say nice, somewhat toxic, let's be honest, but core group of fans about him. I still think that there is a lot of really fun potential in this character, and I think that there's a lot of fun things you can do with him. So overall, I don't mind Ness in these games, Ness or Lucas, and I think they get a little bit too hard, like beat on too hard by not being fun characters, but I disagree. I think there is fun merit to both of them. Next, we have Zero Suit Samus, who kind of similarly, I think there is a huge, you know, skill curve and learning curve to this character. I feel like I've said this for every entry on this video, but I really think it's true for Zero Suit Samus. I think there's a lot of untapped potential with this character. It's kind of surprising. In the competitive scene, it really feels like only Zero Suit is played by Mars, which is so strange to me. I'm probably missing some other players out there. I feel bad, but I think Zero Suit is such a fun character to play as and has an insane amount lot of potential to get really good at her. Of course, she's been in the game pretty much since Brawl as this kind of fun, fluid character, but I think her in Ultimate actually feels surprisingly well. I know people liked her back in Smash 4, but to me she stands out. I picked her up one day just kind of trying her out, and it turns out she's a ton of fun. I didn't really expect to have so much fun playing her, but she's also a lot of fun, just in general. I also want to acknowledge that a lot of people don't think she's deserving of the character. You know, half the Metroid reps are just one person, Samus, and the other one is a dark version of Samus, and people think that, you know, we already had Samus in the suit, why did we need a Zero Suit Samus? Is that really a thing that we really need? I kind of see those arguments, but I also think that, you know, why not? It's a fun, unique character that we've been given just for kind of free, and it's sort of an interesting character. So, you know, I think she represents herself well and has deserved a roster spot at this point in time. Next up, we have Mr. Smash Bros. Himself, Captain Falcon. Now, this guy has always been a standout in the Smash roster to me, and I think most people, he's a very stylish and fun character. I called him Mr. Smash Bros. Himself because he really embodies, you know, the spirit of Smash, the intensity of Smash Bros. He doesn't even feel like an F-Zero fighter anymore. Do you guys remember what F-Zero was? Yeah, me neither. So yeah, he feels like a Smash Bros. Character. He's so iconic to this franchise, and even without getting too many reworks between game and game, between each Smash game, I think that Captain Falcon is still warranted a spot really well in Smash Ultimate. He's deserving to be played. I play this character randomly. I think he's so much fun and fluid to play as. So Captain Falcon has definitely been a standout for me ever since the game's release and ever since his first inclusion back in Smash 64. I think this character's been very flashy and fun to watch. I know there's some people out there that are kind of over this character doing some cool combos. We've been seeing it for a while. We don't need to watch it again. I disagree. I still am a sucker for watching flashy Captain Falcon combos, like I have to admit, and I still think there is fun in this character to be had despite being out for so long. So definitely am a fan of Captain Falcon even in Smash Ultimate. Next up, we have Falco. Now, Falco is someone that I think people overlook a lot compared to the other two species, Wolf and Fox. People think they're the best ones. I still think Falco has a very nice niche about him, and he's a lot of fun to play. I really do think that he's a very fun character with a really rewarding kind of figuring him out. It's very rewarding to deep dive into this character and get really skilled at him, because I think he has a lot to offer to the Smash Bros. Table. So I really like Falco overall. I don't really know much else to say here. He's a very fun, fluid character. He's been very similar in past games as he has been, you know, Brawl to Wii U to Ultimate. He's felt very similar, and I don't think it's really a bad thing. I do definitely think that he feels really great in this game. Still think he could be a little bit better. I think he's a little bit overlooked at the same time. People really need to try this guy out because I think that Falco has a lot of potential. He feels very different than he did back in like Melee. He's evolved so much, but at the same time, I still think that there's a lot of merit to this character, and I think he's very fun to play. So if you play Falco, figuring Falco out, labbing him out, I think it's very admirable, and I like this character a whole lot. So I'm definitely a fan of Falco. Next, we have Fox, and I meant to say it a second ago, but I overall am just a fan of Spaceys. I'm going to be honest, I like their all gas, no brakes kind of playstyle, combo-heavy gameplay. Stuff like that, admittedly, is very fun to play as and play against. It feels like you got to go 0 to 100 right away. Playing against a Spacey, I just think they're so much fun. Ever since back in Melee, they made such a name for themselves, and now carry that over to Ultimate. I still think there are a lot of merit to these characters. So Fox, specifically to me, is so much fun to play. I picked up this character randomly. I've never really been a Fox player ever since back in like Melee and like that. I've never really liked Fox too much. I thought there was other characters that were more fun, and I played him randomly in Ultimate, and I said, wait a minute, this character is really fun. I've been meaning to go back and try him in Melee, see if I can make it click for me now. But overall, to me, Fox feels super nice and fun in Smash Ultimate, and I think there is a lot of merit to actually playing this character and deep diving into him. Do I kind of admit that, you know, once you figure out his kind of basic gist, that's kind of it. I don't think there's too much crazy in-depth stuff about Fox or really any of the species. Yeah, somewhat, but I still think there is actual cool merit to learning these characters, and they're very fun to play. That's the biggest thing for me, is that Spaceys are overall just a lot of fun to play. Next is not Wolf, but Mega Man. Wolf's going to be a little bit higher up. I'll probably explain my reasoning better when he appears, but first we have Mega Man. Now, Mega Man is someone that I think was translated from his games almost perfectly. I feel like a lot of people overlook how cool of an inclusion it was to get Mega Man in Smash. I remember seeing this guy requested all the time back in Brawl. Everyone said, when's Mega Man, when's Mega Man, when's Mega Man? And we finally got Mega Man. Now I think people kind of overlook him because it's kind of been a while since he's been added, but I think he was one of the standout inclusions back in Smash 4, and definitely a really fun and cool character that I'm glad they finally added in the game. And yeah, he plays just like he would in an old Mega Man game. I think they did a fantastic job with upgrading his moveset from you know, Smash 4, or not Smash 4, sorry, from the classic Mega Man games all the way up to Ultimate, and I think, you know, to Brawl, or to Smash 4, to Ultimate, whatever, it was really great. If you watch a comparison between his gameplay in those games, it was really just looks like an HD version of Mega Man. It's really interesting to look at. Same thing kind of like with the Belmonts. It's a very well done way of upgrading his moveset. I also want to recognize that some people don't like his projectile kind of spamming gameplay. I still think there's a nice little learning curve to Mega Man, and you can get really good at this character. I think people that spend a lot of time with this character know how just powerful he can be, and I definitely think he's very overlooked, because I do think he is somewhat complicated to play. He doesn't really feel like a lot of other characters. He feels like Mega Man in Mega Man games, and I think that's really cool, including the character in that way. So I really respect this character. I'm glad he's in Smash Bros. Finally. I say finally, he's been around for a while, but you know what I'm saying. Back in Brawl, everyone wanted him so bad, and at least I saw everyone wanted Mega Man so bad, and I'm glad he's here, and I think he plays really uniquely and a lot of fun. So I'm a Mega Man fan all around. Kicking off number 20 is a tie between 20 and 19 with Ken and Ryu. Now, I like both these guys, both the Shotos. Let's be honest, you know, there's some differences between them, but they're very similar, of course, they're being echoes. Ryu is such an iconic and legendary game, though, or Street Fighter is, and Ryu is such an iconic and legendary character, and, you know, Ken is just kind of a cool character that everyone sort of likes. So, getting them pretty much as a tie makes sense to me, but really, they did a great job, like a really great job of translating Street Fighter over to Smash Bros. They didn't have to go this hard in doing it, you know. I want to say they're their first fighting game characters added to Smash. I could be mistaken, looking back, I'm not entirely sure, but you know, really a fighting game character like Ryu and Ken, I think they did a great job of implementing them. They play like they do in Street Fighter, but in Smash. I think it was translated almost perfectly, and I think people overlook that a lot. I think people see these characters, they see their kind of, you know, go-to combos and stuff and really overlook them. I think there's a lot of really interesting merit in these guys, and I do think they're actually somewhat hard to play. If you haven't played Street Fighter or whatnot and don't really know how these characters work, they're going to be somewhat challenging. I think you're going to have to spend a lot of time figuring these guys out and figuring out what their abilities are in Smash Bros. And really getting good at them, because people that are good at these characters are really stinking good at them. So I really respect Street Fighter players, Street Fighter character players, the Shoto players a lot. I think there's a lot of merit to them. I do want to throw out here really quick, though, I know this is not the best time, but Ken, I'm kind of upset at you because I think you took Chun-Li's chances away. Getting a third Street Fighter character might be a little bit overkill, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we're going to get Chun-Li now because Ken was added as an Echo, but I've always wanted Chun-Li so bad in Smash, so maybe that dream's not dead, I don't know, but I've always been a sucker for Chun-Li ever since back the original Street Fighter 2. I played her back in Street Fighter 2, and she's been my main ever since, so if she gets added to Smash, just know I'm a happy guy, but I don't think it's happening now because of you, Ken. It's half a joke, but also half not, because Ken is still a really fun, cool character. So, yeah, alright. Next up, we have Ridley, who I honestly think might be the most requested character to get into Smash Ultimate ever. It really was insane. The amount of support this guy had back in Smash 4 days was absolutely nuts. It was like anything I've ever seen before. There were arguments all the time about how Ridley could work, why he would work, why he'd be so good. And honestly, they kind of convinced me to a point where I thought, you know, this character is so iconic in the Metroid games that I really think that this guy should get included in Smash Bros. I'm not going to say I was part of the huge Ridley brigade that I want to say is partly due to Etika. I think Etika was a big reason why this character was so wanted, and I think that people supporting him really wanted this character. And, you know, to me, I've always related Etika and Ridley, so it's really cool to see that in Smash Bros. Just kind of, you know, a legend has been put into Smash Bros. I know it's kind of a workaround way of seeing things, but it always has been, to me, really a standout because of that. And I also think that Ridley overall has been translated so well into Ultimate. I think he's such a fun character. Do I think he's broken or really top tier or anything like that? No, but I still think his moveset is very fun, and the way he's represented in Smash Ultimate was done incredibly well. So I really like Ridley for a lot of different reasons. One, he reminds me of the legend Etika. Two, you know, he's a great inclusion that got a lot of fans very happy. I usually don't like pandering to fans, you know, it's like, oh, they want this so bad, just give it to them. But they did a great job of Ridley, and I think he deserves a roster spot regardless of fans or not. So I really love Ridley, and I think that they did a great job of including him in this game as a very fun character. Next up, we have the absolute madman, the absolute legend that is Pichu. So Pichu is someone that I don't think anyone really saw coming back to Smash Ultimate, let's be honest. When you're predicting new characters or predicting returning characters, you're probably saying, no, hopefully they bring back Mewtwo or Wolf. A lot of people out there probably weren't saying Pichu, but the fact they brought him back, I think, is incredible. Of course, they brought everyone back, so of course Pichu's going to be here, but I'm so happy they did, because Pichu is just such a fun and standout character. I think he's a character, you know, like Kirby and Pikachu, that you look at and you're like, how can you hate this guy? He's an adorable little electric rat. He just looks so happy. So Pichu is a really cool character for that reason, but also gameplay-wise, I think he's very fun and very interesting. I also think a lot of people misunderstand Pichu's dynamic. A lot of people get very upset due to the fact that he hurts himself, you know, does damage to himself. In his gameplay, it doesn't seem like he's designed to be a good character. And that is somewhat true. I think that's a part of the thing. I think that this character is designed not to be very good, but if you can perfect this character and minimize your damage output to yourself, you have a nice little learning curve to getting really good at Pichu. And I still think this character, even through all the nerfs and everything, has still a lot of merit to him. I think that he is a very fun and very powerful character in this game. At least top tier in my opinion, A or B tier at least. So I think Pichu's very good. Is Pikachu probably just a better pick overall? Yes, but I kind of view it as a similar thing to, like, if you can perfect Pichu, I think it's probably going to be a better character than Pikachu. Somehow, similarly how I had to relate Toon Link and Young Link, you know, my main being Toon Link, but I also admit that I think if you can perfect Young Link, it's probably better than Toon Link, but for the most part, I think Toon Link is just as good, if not better, than Young Link. I hope I said those right. Toon Link, Young Link is kind of hard to mix up, or very easy to mix up. Same thing with Pikachu and Pichu. So hopefully I didn't mess any of those words up, but regardless, I still think that Pichu is still a very fun character. I'm glad he's in the Smash Ultimate roster, even if it is kind of a joke character, let's be honest. But I still think he's a really fun character and he's made a name for himself. So I definitely am a fan of Pichu all around. Alright, the last one for this video is going to be Piranha Plant. Now, I know a lot of people see this character and they think he's just a joke, he's just a waste of a roster spot. And I honestly kind of agree with the joke thing. I think this character was literally the definition of a bonus character. Just, why not? Let's make someone fun. Let's just go for it. Similarly to, like, Rob or Geist or Game & Watch. Just a character just to add, just to kind of be like, you know what, let's have fun with it. Let's just do a fun character. And I respect the developers for doing something like that and adding Piranha Plant. I also think there is merit to adding Piranha Plant. You know, the reason that I say he's kind of like a joke, fun bonus character is, you know, he wasn't a big prominent DLC character. He wasn't even part of the main roster. He was kind of that weird in-between character. If you pre-order the game or something like that, get it really early, and you get this character as a bonus for free. I think that's really cool and really admirable that they added a character that filled that kind of role. And I think Piranha Plant was pretty much a perfect choice for that. So, yeah, but Plant overall, I think has a really fun, unique moveset. A very unique moveset that is unlike anything else. A lot of people drop this character almost immediately. I think part of that reason is because his moveset is so different and unique to himself. But if you spend a lot of time figuring this character out, I think there's a lot of value to him. And I think this character has a lot of potential to actually be a lot of fun. I think this character is so much fun. Do I think he's one of the best characters in the roster? Definitely not. But I also still at the same time think this character is so much fun. So I really respect Piranha Plant players, and I'm technically one of them. I play Plant probably way more than most people. But overall, I still like the inclusion a whole lot. I think it was a really creative way to include an iconic character without people being like, did you really just put in Piranha Plant? What's next? Goomba? Or Paratroopa or whatever? Piranha Plant, it just stands out to me, and I think he's a great inclusion. So, yeah. Alright, so there you go. There's my rankings for number 29, I believe, to 16. And overall, I gotta say that I really like this little mid-section, or the final characters before the end. I think I did a really great job picking them out. The final 15 are characters I'm very excited to talk about, so make sure to check out. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to check out part 5 if it's already out. If you're watching this in the future or whatever, check the description. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video overall. Really appreciate all the support I've been getting on this series and overall. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.